Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here. It is Monday morning. We made it through the weekend. We made it through the week. Heck, we've made it through almost a third. Can you believe this? A third of 2021. Didn't it seem like 2020 lasts forever? Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, hey, I do these live trainings in the morning to help you start, run, and grow online businesses. Not selling you anything here, just trying to give you some free training. Please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you would there, and also ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time that I upload a video or I go live. Hey, make use of this chat area here. My buddy James is monitoring you guys. Hey, he says loud and clear in Savannah. Oh, already smashed the like button. Make sure you do that, guys. Smash that like button. Give me that thumbs up if you would. I'd really appreciate it. Really helps the YouTube algorithm. So each day I'm going to have a different subject I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be picking your niche today. However, if you have any questions about starting, running, and growing online businesses, put it in that chat section. If you have questions and it's not live anymore, don't worry about the chat. Put it in the comments section. I swing back by those and answer those. I'll be jumping in there today. I had a lot of good comments. It's funny, I have one video that's got more views. Gosh, it's gotten so many views. But the one problem with that video is my editor put the music on there too loud, and it kind of drowns me out, and I get comments every single day on that, and I'm thinking, wow, now having a bad video gets you a lot of comments. Maybe I should have more bad videos. I don't know, but I get a lot of that. James says whiskers looking good, JR. Man, I'm telling you, I'm nearing the end on that, James. This is getting to me. I don't know, it's getting to me. Not to mention I look like an old guy, right? Not that I'm not an old guy, I'm just saying it makes you look a little bit more like it. So I don't know, and I'm not into dyeing hair and all that kind of crap. I'm not into any of that. But welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I want you to go ahead and put your suggestions in there. Today we're going to talk about picking a YouTube niche. Super important stuff, guys. I mean, super important. If you're ever going to consider doing a YouTube channel, you're going to want to watch all of this video today. I usually hang out here about 30 minutes and just kind of give you information. It's a good idea to take some notes. I do cover a lot of information. However, like I said, if you've got questions and you want to go in another direction, feel free to do so, and I'll be happy to answer your questions for you. But today we are talking about picking a niche, and you know, it's funny because I go to some of these channels, and it's like one day they're in a restaurant eating and they're critiquing the food, and the next day they're picking out what they're going to wear, and then the next day they're fixing something in the garage. And those channels will never ever catch on. Now you may say to me, oh, that's a lifestyle channel, JR, and there's people out there like Casey Neistat, and he does stuff like that. Well, you know what? There's not that many Casey Neistats, and to get going nowadays, you gotta have a niche, guys. You can't just randomly do videos about all kinds of different stuff. I guess there's exceptions. If you're some hot chick in a bikini and you want to do that stuff, you're probably gonna have people watching no matter what. But the problem is, if you don't have a niche, when it comes to your CPM, your cost per thousand advertising on there, it's going to be very low. If you don't have a niche, advertisers can't target your audience, and if they can't target your audience, you're going to get paid very little on ads. So it's really important that your CPM is high, and the only way it's going to be high is if we can say, hey, your channel is about X. If you can't say that in one sentence, you know, my channel is about this. If you can't say that in one sentence, you probably will not gain traction, or at least it'll take you forever to do so. So I do implore you to, you know, listen to what I'm going to tell you today. You know, and when you're picking stuff, guys, I would also tell you, make sure it's something that really fascinates you. It's something that's really interesting to you. Because if not, you're going to get bored. And I mean, a YouTube channel takes a long time. This is 2021. I started mine in 2015. Now, in 2015, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing in 16, 17, 18, and probably 19. At the end of 19, I started going, oh, I got to do this and this. So I started working a little bit, and then during 2020, I worked pretty hard on it and got it going. And I'm real close to that 5,000. I mean, just a little over 100 subscribers from that 5,000. So guys, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. It would mean so much to me. It really would. And it's just a goal thing now. I mean, I've got enough money, you know, we make enough online. I've sold millions of dollars of digital physical products. It's not that thing. It's just achieving that goal of get that 5,000. Then I'm sure it's going to be 10,000 and 20 and so on and so on. The next thing I'll tell you is once you pick something that is of interest to you, make sure there's a demand for it, right? If there's not a lot of people out there talking about it or interested in it, then you're probably not going to do well. And I think a lot of people try to find something so unique that nobody else is doing, and nothing could be a bigger mistake. If nobody else is doing what you thought of, probably there's no demand for it. There's just probably no demand. And you may be thinking, oh no, I'm cutting edge. You're probably not going to be cutting edge. I mean, YouTube's been around for many, many years, and to be cutting edge now, the odds of that are not real good. So this is true if you want to make money on YouTube, or if you just want to get subscribers and you want people watching you. I don't know why you wouldn't want to make money on YouTube. I mean, I think that's very helpful. You could do things like you could use the keyword planner, the AdWords keyword planner, and it's going to tell you, how many people are searching for a particular subject. You can also look at Google Trends to see what's going up or what's going down, or at least staying steady. You don't want something on the downtrend. You can also look at competition, and I would tell you, you want to find something that has a lot of competition, that tells you there's a lot of market out there. A lot of people are afraid of competition, and I'm not. There's a lot of people that do what I do, that teach people how to make money online, but I want mine to be better. I want mine to be good. I want mine to be really useful to people. I want people to say, hey, I did this, and I got these results. As a matter of fact, I want to really motivate people to do stuff. Paul, the other day, I talked to him on Saturday. He sent me these t-shirts he did, and I've been talking to him for a couple of years about getting his business going, and he's doing it. So hopefully I had some of that motivation in there for him, to get him going a little bit. So once we've done that, I would say the next thing to do is to look at YouTubers in that particular niche. Okay, what kind of content do they deliver? What are they doing? Are they filming outside, inside? What length of videos are they doing? What style of videos are they doing? Why do people watch them? The top YouTubers there's a reason why people watch them. I've noticed a lot, because I like the food blogging stuff, and I don't have a channel for that, but I will soon, because I'm going to do some cooking ones. But the food bloggers generally have a template where in the beginning of the video they show how good all this food is, and they have some music playing, and they show them traveling, and then they show them actually going to the restaurant, and then they finally get to the restaurant, and then they order, and then the food comes out, then they're going to show those same pictures again, but they have a lot of edits. I mean, like a picture or a clip may last 2 or 3 seconds, and they may voice over that, or they may just have music over that. That is a theme for these food bloggers. The next thing I would ask yourself is, what could you really add to what's out there already? What could you do that's different? What could you do that's better than everybody else? How can you present this information in a different perspective? What different angle do you have? How can you bring more value to the users and the viewers? What is it you could do? And I also want to go over some of the top niches on YouTube. You're welcome to write these down. But the first one, I guess the top one really, is tech videos. Anything that has to do with technology. Maybe you're reviewing, smartphones or computers or cameras or whatever it is. That is a huge niche. The next one I'll tell you is gaming. I know nothing about gaming. I don't even think I've played a complete video game unless it was on a machine, and that was probably in the 80s or late 70s, something like that. That was the last time I played a video game. But that's huge. Okay, gaming and talking while you're playing a game, capturing your screen, those things are really huge. The next one up is product reviews. And product reviews is a really cool one to do, because people will send you free products to get reviewed, and you get free products, which is kind of nice. You get a sip here real quick. So that's really good. The next thing I'll tell you is, most people will come to YouTube to learn something. And this is kind of the category I fall into. It's tutorials. I do a lot of tutorials. I teach people how to do stuff, whether it's building a web page or doing SEO or whatever it is they want to do. That's what I teach. So tutorials are really, really good. Story time videos. I'm not into this, but a lot of people love stories. So story time videos, if you can tell stories, if you're into stories, those are huge niche. And then the next one we come across is vlogs. Now, vlogs can be combined with a lot of other things. I see food vlogs, I see travel vlogs, I see gaming vlogs. This is where the person is actually recording what's going on in their life. I have a couple channels I subscribe to. One is Sailing with the Winds, WYNNS. You can check that out. But they have a vlog. They've been on a sailboat for 10 years. They've been going around the world. and it's everything from them fixing their sailboat to going into town to having dinner, to swimming, to exploring islands or whatever. But they have a video vlog of their entire life, which is really pretty cool, and they have really good edits. They're both ex-photographers, so their videography is amazing. They do really good. Next one is food. Now, food can fall into many different categories. Okay, it can be diet, it can be recipes, which I watch a lot of recipe ones. It can be going out to restaurants, and eating at different places. There's a lot of different people that do this in Vegas. I watch a lot of the Vegas videos where people are going out there doing this. And I tell you, I say I watch a lot of these videos, and I watch a lot of these videos because I get ideas from these people. I see what they're doing. I see how they're doing it. I see how they're editing. I see what music they're using. I see how long their videos are, and I can apply that to my channel. Now, this is just a live. Okay, when I'm just doing a live like this, it's just me talking to you. Okay, nothing else more than that. But when I'm doing my regular videos where I'm teaching, I'll interject some of that stuff, and I'll have B-roll video and stuff like that. Next one up is fashion. That's huge. That always will be. Okay, men and women alike like to have fashion, and I'm not a fashionable person. This is my shirt I'm going to work out in today, so I'm not into fashion, but some people are. Next one is beauty and makeup. Beauty and makeup is huge on YouTube. Okay, people love tutorials on beauty and makeup. They love hair processes and all this stuff. I don't know anything about beauty, but that's a big one. Next one I'll tell you is weight loss and healthy living. So if you can teach people how to lose weight, how to be healthy, how to get in shape, how to exercise, huge niche. Next one up is travel. Now, travel has been stunted this past year because of the illness that's been going around. However, travel will always be a thing. People love to see different places. They're going to get back to travel. It's going to be huge. I think it's going to be like a tsunami wave when travel opens up again. They're already saying that Americans in the U.S. that can prove their vaccination will be able to travel to Europe pretty soon. So you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see the cruise ships crank up again. You're going to see a lot of that. And this is a pent-up demand. When people couldn't travel for an entire year, and they normally took 2 or 3 trips, I normally took 5 or 6 trips. I'm going to want to take 10 the next year, okay? So I'm going to make up for it. It's not like you missed out on that year, because people are going to make up for it. They're going to go to even more and more places. They're going to probably stay longer. They're going to probably spend more. Next one up is animals. And my wife is in that niche. She has dog training. She loves to work with animals. She loves helping people with their animals. And next one is how-tos. How to anything. Like my channel is how to make money online. That's basically what I talk about. How you can start, run, and grow online businesses, or how to make money online. And then I show you how to maybe make a website. I show you maybe how to do SEO. I show you maybe how to find products to sell. I show you how to market those products. But they're all how-tos. That's what all my videos are. It's how to do something. And then the last one is humor. There's a lot of comedians, a lot of funny people on YouTube. A lot of comedians have gotten their start on YouTube because they're funny, but they didn't have a venue they could go to. So they just did their stuff on camera. Now, I think that is incredibly difficult. I think those people are incredibly talented to do that, because people that are doing that have not only the skill to make people laugh, but they have the cojones to actually film themselves doing that and put themselves out in front of people. That ability to make people laugh is just amazing. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot on his podcast. And he's an amazing comedian, and a lot of people never even realized he was a comedian. The first time I saw Joe Rogan was on Fear Factor. He was just the host of Fear Factor. I had no idea that he had a comedy career going on before and after that. I had no idea. And when his podcast blew up, and I started looking for stuff, I started realizing he's one of the best comics in the country. The guy's really funny. And now we're moving to Austin, north of Austin in Georgetown. Rogan has already moved there. Elon Musk has already moved there. But Rogan's going to be building a comedy club there. It's supposed to be a huge comedy club. He's going to have all of his friends who are all comics. He's going to have them come. He's trying to get more people to move there. And I think that's probably going to be one of the comedy meccas of the country. It used to be LA in the Comedy Store, but that just all died out, with all the restrictions and everything. And I see that wave of people moving to Austin and that happening there. So humor is huge on YouTube. Now, I want to add a couple things to this. YouTube is a very long-term game. This is not something, if you want to do a YouTube channel, you say, okay, I'm going to pick a niche and, within a couple months I'm going to make $1 million. You're not. I mean, you're just not going to do it. It's not going to happen. It is a tremendous amount of work. Now, why would people put in a tremendous amount of work for a long period of time? Well, quite honestly, once you've got it built up, and mine is not built up to where I want it to be, but it is built up to the point where I make money every single month now, just off ads. I make money off people, buying my courses. I make a lot of money off all that stuff. But I know long term, I'm going to have that income every month. So I get my ad money every single month, whether I work or not, and of course I keep putting out videos because I want to build up that book of information there. But as I do that, my income just goes up every single month. I mean, it's really pretty amazing. And I tell you, it's funny, you see some of these YouTubers, I think Mikey Chen would be a good example. He's got, millions of subscribers. He can do a video, and that video in 30 days can earn him tens of thousands of dollars. So let's say $30,000 the first month. But keep in mind, that video is probably going to earn you $30,000 every single month. So if I told you right now, hey, go do a video and I'm going to pay you $30,000, how motivated would you be to do it? Huh? You'd probably be pretty motivated. You'd go, well, yeah, I'll be happy to do that, right? But the thing with YouTube is you've got to do the work before you get the money. That's how it works. You've got to get up to 1,000 subscribers. You've got to get your 4,000 hours of watch time. But if you put in that work up front, you're going to do really well. James says, what subjects to avoid on YouTube? Personally, anything to do with kids. Anything to do with kids. They've demonetized if you target children. So if you're targeting kids, you're not going to make much money. Now, you may be able to make it in some other way, but as far as ads on your videos, it's not going to happen. They've demonetized it. Stay away from it. The other things you want to stay away from, James, are things that are controversial. And on the flip side, that's also a great channel to do. So if you're really politically oriented, you can do a political channel. But the problem with political channels is you can get demonetized and you can get kicked off the platform if your views are too strong in either direction. So I would say I would stay away from political stuff. You can build a big audience doing it, but you can also get kicked off for doing it. So I would say that would be another thing. Religion is another tough one, when you get a religious channel, and I think that's something else that could get you demonetized too, is religious channels. It's like anything in society that is, too controversial, I would stay away from. Now, if you have bad language on your YouTube channel, be aware that if you use foul language on a channel, you'll probably get demonetized. There's too many advertisers that go, I don't want to be part of a channel that has foul language. And as an advertiser myself, I can choose not to be on those channels. So that's another thing. And the other thing is, sexual type stuff. If you have stuff like that on there, that's another tough one, because if you have stuff like that, you're probably going to have a splash screen that says, hey, I'm over 18 years old to watch this. No advertisers are going to touch that. They're just not. Or very, very few are going to touch it, ones that we're trying to get that audience. So there are certain ones out there that I would definitely say stay away from. They can be very, very dangerous. Another sip here. The other thing to consider is that it's a time suck. And when I say time suck, it uses up a lot of your time, guys. You're going to really have to put forth a lot of effort. Most people watching this aren't going to want to hear this. You're going to want to hear that it's really easy and you can throw some videos up and you can make some money. But with this channel, I got to tell you the truth. Because it's not easy. It is simple, but it's not easy. When I say it's simple but not easy, what I mean is there's certain steps you got to do. And if you just do those steps, you're going to build an audience, you're going to have people listening to you, and you're going to make money. But it's a lot of work. That's why I say it's not easy. It's not easy because you got to spend hours coming up with ideas. You got to spend hours filming stuff. You got to spend hours editing stuff. So it's not easy to do, but it's very simple to do, okay? There is a lot of competition is the one thing I hear now. It's like, oh my gosh, there's no way to get on to YouTube now because there's way too much competition. Well, the fact is there is a lot of competition nowadays, but there's also a bigger audience than there's ever been. So there's more people out there. So when you take a bigger competition pool and you have a bigger watch pool, it's pretty much the same. So you can still go out there and you can generate a ton of money on YouTube if you put forth a ton of effort. And the other things I want to add is you got to do it frequently. It used to be you could put up a video a week and build your channel. Nowadays that's really tough to do, guys. A video a week is not enough. I subscribe to 83 different channels. 83 different channels. I know that sounds insane, right? And in the evenings when I'm done with all my work around 9 or 10 o'clock, I'll go to YouTube and I look at some of the channels that I'm interested in, and it's all across the board, you know, from cooking to travel to fitness to just, you know, sailing, all kinds of different things I'm interested in. But you know, it's aggravating if they don't have a new video that day, because I mean the videos are only, you know, what, 8 or 10 minutes, so it's like that doesn't take up an hour worth of watching. I can go through 5 or 6 channels pretty quick. So when you're uploading videos, I would say you're going to have to do probably 3 a week. Yeah, 3 a week, and that's a lot of hours of time. And I consider about a minute of video on YouTube about an hour of your work time. And the reason I consider it that way is because you got to write it, you got to come up with the ideas, you got to organize it, you got to film it, you got to edit it, you've got to upload it, you got to optimize it, and that's about what it takes. You know, so if I got a 10-minute video, I probably spent 10 hours on it. Each week I produce 5 videos that are edited and uploaded. They're all about 10 minutes. So, you know, what is that? That's 50 minutes or 50 hours. Now you may say there's no way you're doing 50 hours plus you're doing your other job. Yeah, I am, because I'm doing about 70 or 80 hours a week. The reason I'm doing that is because I really want to build up the channel. And right now, if you saw how much money I was making, you're like, oh my God, that's not worth it. And it isn't worth it right now, but it will be worth it on down the road. And that's what I see. Because I have friends that have made millions of dollars on YouTube. You know, they have like 300,000 or 500,000 subscribers, and you say, well, it's discouraging because you're just approaching 5,000. Yeah, it's not, because I got to do something. If you do nothing with your YouTube channel, if you don't ever upload anything, you know, 3 years from now you're not going to have anything. 3 years from now I'm going to have something. So it's a matter of, you know, how much effort do you want to put forth, how much do you want to put into it. Guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to put it in that chat section. Also, if you're not watching this live, you'll put it in the comments section there. I do swing back by, I answer those questions for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscriptions drive this channel. You guys really help me keep this channel going with your great ideas, your subscriptions, your ringing the bell, turning on bell notifications. That was a bad bell ring. But turn on your bell notifications. And the bell notifications actually lets you know when I upload, when I go live. If you don't have that turned on, you're not going to know. So that's really important to do that. And the thumbs up, the like button means so much, guys. That like button means an immense amount of stuff. Well, I hope you got something out of this. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope you understand better how to set up a niche. And James helped me here in the end, because he says what to stay away from, and I hadn't included that. So, you know, see, he helped me out. He made this better by saying, hey, what to stay away from. But the things I told you that are good niches are really good niches. Are there more niches out there? Of course there are. Keep in mind, 60% of the people on average that come to YouTube are there to learn something, okay? The other 40% are there for education, okay? So, you know, or excuse me, are there for entertainment. So to learn something, and then 40% to be entertained. Now, if you can do both, okay? If you can educate and entertain, oh my gosh, you're going to have an amazing channel. You're going to do really, really well. It's hard to do both, but if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? Today I did this video and I have some more views. And as long as I keep getting more views, I'm going to keep doing videos, guys. Hey, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Love having you guys here. Love doing these videos for you. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know. You can put that in the chat section. You can put that in the comments section. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and back out now. Let you guys have a great day. Appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you real soon.